Hey everyone, I gathered the 10 most frequent questions that I get on Instagram and compiled them into this video for you. So hopefully I answered yours. You can see what these questions are and get to know me a little better. So the first question is, when will I plan to visit Pakistan? I plan to visit Pakistan at the end of May. And I know that's like the craziest thing because it's going to be insanely hot while I'm there. But the cities I plan on visiting are Lahore and Islamabad, and I also plan on going up north to the mountains where hopefully it'll be a little bit cooler so it won't be as bad. I am also glad that this question was asked because my interest in wanting to visit the Middle East and know more about it came from a former coworker that I worked with 10 years ago when I worked in healthcare. He was from Karachi in Pakistan and was Muslim, and basically, shared things where I was a little bit ignorant to the fact of like the religion, and he shared his life and his family and his stories with me, and they're the most kind, wonderful people I have ever met. Like, he gifted me the Quran and an English translation, and 10 years ago I had read it. I'm rereading it again. I feel like I can understand things a little bit better after learning more about the religion, and so many of you on my YouTube have reached out to offer any help if I had any questions regarding the Quran itself. So I really appreciate that, and I appreciate Nasir, that's his name, my former coworker, coming into my life. Some of you don't know, but my very first major in college, before I got my computer science degree, was anthropology, and I ended up doing my senior project on Pakistan. So that's been very dear to my heart, and I've always wanted to visit the country, and now I have the chance to, and I'm so excited to visit. So maybe I'll get to see you there. Another question I got: worst toilets I have ever seen. Interesting. I think in Iraq and Duhok, we were on the top of a mountain at a little outdoor restaurant. Amazing food, but the toilets were squatty potty, porter potties basically, and it was so hard to use the bathroom. I don't know. I rather would go in the woods, which I would do when I was camping anyway, but these are just a little more dirty, especially when you have like bags with you or whatever and there's nowhere to hang them and you have to pay to use them. But yeah, probably never again. What are my plans for this coming year? So in April, actually I'm going to put two questions in one because I have a question here that says, you have kids, do you travel with them? So, and yes, I travel with my children, and you don't see a whole lot of them on my social media because people can be extremely rude and disgusting and disturbing. I've had pictures where I'm with my children and they took them and used them on a Tinder profile. So I am very secure and private about my children. So you won't see a whole lot of them on my social media for that reason. But yes, they do travel with me sometimes, and you also won't see them in my videos. But they could be there, they could be not. I'm not going to tell you. But it's just honestly for the safety of my children. I'm very protective of them, so I do plan on taking them on a birthday trip in April to Costa Rica. And then after that is when I plan to go to Pakistan. Another plan for this year is to go back to Iraqi Kurdistan and visit some places that I wasn't able to see when I was there last September. So I'm excited to go. I plan on going in September again. There is another question that would be great to follow up with here. It says, a country you haven't visited but really want to. So I really want to see Palestine and learn a little bit more about the conflict over there with Israel and do a little bit of journalism. So that is high on my list, and I'm hoping maybe I can get there this year. We will see. And another country I want to visit is Syria. So those are two countries I have not visited but really want to. And you're probably wondering why the Middle East it's like a sole focus for me, and it's not just because I have studied it in school, but there are people that I love that live in the Middle East, and I feel like it's such a misunderstood area. People are always saying that they're afraid to visit. And to be honest, like Americans, my generation have not seen war on land at all. And so many other countries experience this every day. They have families and they live through this every single day. And I think that is something that needs to be shown a little bit more other than what we see on the news. We only get certain things on the news. We don't see everything. We don't know everything. And it's kind of disturbing how many people are ignorant to what is actually going on in the Middle East. So that is also another reason why I feel pulled toward visiting so many different places over there. How do I inquire about hosting? So if you are interested in having me visit your country, wherever you are living, and you want to host, you can go to my email at katherinebeck90@gmail.com, and I would love to learn more about you, where you live, and then possibly visit and hopefully get to film some areas. What do I do for work? So I solely work in marketing. So I'm W2 through a company, an awesome company that I work for. And I do digital marketing with them. I do some freelance marketing, and I also do some freelance Python development. How do you save on travel? So I get this question a lot. So it really depends on the type of travel that you do, right? So for me, I'm not a materialistic person. I never wanted to live in a giant house. I never wanted to drive the best new car that's out there. I am very simple in that way, and I don't spend money on things that I feel like I just don't need. I try to cook as much as possible at home or eat at home and not eat out. And I am very limited when it comes to alcohol. I don't like drinking a whole lot, and that is a huge part of American culture. I feel like people like going to bars and spending money, and that's just not me. So I am very good at budgeting and knowing where I want to put my money. What's important to me is where I'll put my money. And learning about different cultures right now is a huge factor for me. I am not a luxurious travel. I sit in economy class even on 12-hour flights, and I save money that way. I use credit card points for flights, and I'm gonna link my favorite credit card in the description below. It's a Chase travel card, and when I signed up I got 100,000 bonus points. I don't think they have that promo going on right now, but I think it's about 60,000 to 80,000 bonus points. But when you click on the link, you'll see how many bonus points you can get when you sign up for it. It's been my favorite. I use it when I travel as well, so I don't have to spend so much on international fees. When you transfer cash, like when I was in Qatar, I transferred US dollar to Egyptian pounds, and I spent like $150 in fees. It was crazy. So I try to use my card as much as possible, although not every country has that option. So that I save in airline tickets there. I try to get as many points as possible. I literally put all of my bills and all of my spends on my cards and just pay it off at the end of the month. And then I just accumulate points so that I can either get discount plane tickets or free plane tickets. So I traveled for free to Peru. The tickets I got for Costa Rica were free. And my last ticket to Egypt was $400. And I flew business class to Egypt on that ticket. So that was great as well. I will stay in hostels. I've stayed on people's couch. I've couch surfed. I do like to use Airbnb in certain areas, but I always try to see if it's through an individual and not through a company, because I want to support the people, you know what I mean? You really just have to think, what is important to you? What's your budget going to be when you travel? What can you afford? Are you going to eat out every night? I like having a place that has a kitchen. That way I can cook on vacation. I'm not going to eat out for breakfast every single morning, you know. And 90% of my time isn't even spent where I am sleeping. I just need a place to crash and sleep. So my goal, right, is to incorporate myself into culture as much as possible. Document how other people live. And what else is out there besides what we get to see every single day. The next question I have is, what is your scariest moment during your travels? That's a good one because I don't know. I traveled solo to Egypt and I didn't have a great experience in Cairo, to be honest. And it is a very touristy area, right? And I went in January. It's, you know, toward the end of the COVID pandemic. I get it. Everybody's trying to get money. And I am very, very generous when I tip or pay. But I always know when they're scammers, so they almost tried to get me for a camel ride, $200, when the average is $25. He threw a fit when I gave him a 20% tip. Like, I understand, like, we're all trying to support our families, all of us. But I thought that was a little bit unnecessary, and I felt like he was gonna walk off with my phone when I asked him to take a picture. But honestly, the scariest moment was when I went to my hotel and they said they didn't have my booking, but they still got me a small room. Like, it fit the bed and a tiny dresser, and that was pretty much it, and it had a very small bathroom. And you would think that there was a window because there was a giant curtain, so I went to pull it open, and this hotel was next to the pyramids, and it was supposed to be a view of the pyramids, the one that I booked. So I open it, and it's like a hole in the wall that looks out to a dark hallway. It was freaky. I was like, is somebody gonna be like peering in on me when I'm sleeping or something? So I'm making sure like the curtain's like shut, and I tape it to the wall so it doesn't fly open, because you can reach your hand through. It's creepy as hell. And then in the shower, there's like a window up high. There's an AC unit in it, and it's plugged in into an outlet, which is in the shower. So I was like, oh my God, am I gonna electrocute myself in a shower? So that was a little freaky. I did not shower there at all. And as I left, they did say that they had my booking. The person who checked me in couldn't find it, I guess. I paid in cash. When I left, I told them to cancel, which luckily they canceled the booking. I didn't get a charge. That's good. And then another experience was when I was at Alexandria, Egypt. And like, when you visit Arab countries, you'll find that they're up super late at night. So I was leaving the gym at 2:30, get dropped off by the Uber. It was like 3 in the morning. And I was staying at a Hilton hotel. It was a very nice room. But as I walk in, you have to go through security. And the security guard, after I went through, he walked right up behind me and shoulder tapped me. I looked back and he rolled his eyes, and it was the strangest feeling. I don't know. And I was there by myself. So that was another kind of scary moment. I was like, he's gonna follow me to my room. He knows what room number I'm in, because they ask you at the security checkpoint what room you're in. And it was a little uncomfortable for sure. But yeah, that was kind of like scary. You really have to be on point when you're so like traveling by yourself, especially as a woman. Don't get drunk. Don't do anything stupid, because you don't want to be taken advantage of. You just never know. There are bad people out there, and you don't want to be that person that ends up on the news. So take care of yourself. Another question: where would you never go again? Even though I had like a weird time in Egypt, I would go back. And I don't think there's anywhere I wouldn't go again, because my goal isn't to country count and go to every single country. My goal is to experience as many cultures as possible, and that could take 1, 2, or 3 tries. So I'm gonna go back and see things that I feel like is important to understanding the culture. And I'm going back to Iraqi Kurdistan this year, because I feel like I haven't finished my time there, you know. But that is all the questions that I have, and if you have any other questions, you can leave them in the comment and I'll be happy to answer. Feel free to reach out to me at katherinebeck90@gmail.com. I'll add everything into the description, and you can check out my Instagram. You can email me. You can check out the chase card that I had mentioned. If you have any other questions, just let me know. Don't forget to follow my Instagram as well, because I do often have these questions on my story. So it'd be awesome if you could follow, and I'd love to follow you back. So have a good day, guys.